Welcome back everyone, I'm Kit-Based Games, and this is EVE Online. You see before you a Tech 1 fitted Tech 1 Battlecruiser, and today we're going to be attempting to complete a level 4 mission in this ship. Let's have a look at the fit. Now, we're going to have problems with this fit, I think. This is a high-speed, short-range blaster boat. That means this thing needs to fight at absolute point-blank range. And in level 4 missions, that means putting ourselves in the middle of a huge, massive, big ball of battleships and face-tanking it and killing them as fast as we can. This ship is not survivable enough to do that. Let's take a look at the resistances. First of all, really, really crap. Even though the reactive armor hardener will change to 30 and 30 in the two damage types we're being shot at with, it just will not be enough. It's nowhere near good enough. Especially now in the Legion expansion, now that actual proper armor hardeners have been restored to their former glory, to the state they were in 6 years ago, before they had 20% of their effectiveness removed. This has now been reversed, so all armor hardeners are now 20% better, except for the reactive armor hardener. So we're going to improve the tank by removing the reactive armor hardener and one of the two compact mag stabs we had. We're going to be fitting proper armor hardeners. We'll do a kinetic enduring and a thermal enduring. There we go. Armor resistance is 1770, much better. I would like to get the capacitor life up significantly, if not stable. We do have two methods of applying our damage. We do have a stasis web, which slows the target down by 55%. And we have a tracking computer with a tracking speed script, which increases our own turret's turning, which is the tracking. I think I'm going to jettison the web and replace that with a cap-free charger. Cap is still only 5 minutes 15, which ain't great. So I might do something very controversial here and move the final damage module. I know, but trust me. And then we can put on a power relay and all of a sudden we're stable. We're doing 459 damage. That's with Tech 1 Antimatter Charge M. So let's go to charges, click the gun icon, and let's put on some faction antimatter. Boom, 510. That's a little bit more like it. But we can do better than that. We can get rid of the Tech 1 drones we have and replace those again with faction drones. Now, because we're going to be fighting at pretty much point blank range and we can bring these drones back at any point, I'm thinking we might attempt Fed Navy hammerheads on this ship. Because they're going to be fighting right alongside us. And hopefully on the same target. Or do we do Vespas and Hornets? I think we'll do Vespas and Hornets. There's the Vespas. There's the Hornets. So now we're doing 525 DPS. We're tracking quite well. We'll be able to use the orbit button. We'll orbit at like 5,000 meters. Just get up really close, orbit things. If we start missing, we'll turn our micro-warp drive off. Or I don't really want to be using keep it range, but we might set keep it range at 5,000 as well and just line ourselves up. And hopefully face tank with 2 armor repairers and 70% resistances. So I'm going to change the fit to this. I'm going to go and buy all this stuff. And I'll meet you back here. And we'll attempt a level 4 mission in this very silly fit. Right, the ship has been updated. We've been offered a mission, and it's Silence the Informant. This is going to be a real test. A real test. I know we did this a couple of episodes ago, but that's the way that missions go. You get them at random. We were offered the rogue slave trader, and I kind of didn't want to do that mission for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain why. One of them is that the enemies will do EM and thermal damage, which is just not nice for the ship at all. Mind you, 77 and 70 is pretty good, but the other issue is the range at which this ship fights, because the second part of the Rogue Slave Trader, it is a two-part mission. The first part is really easy. The second part is evil. In the final room, there's a ton of gun turrets, including web towers. Yeah, web towers and all kinds of nastiness like that. And they punch out a ton of damage. And there's just no way under the webifiers that we'd be able to get close enough to take anything out before we had to warp out. So that's why I'm not doing that mission. We have to remember, this is just a Tech 1 fitted Tech 1 battlecruiser, and if you know your missions, you can kind of pick and choose. We're going to have a hard enough time doing this mission, never mind the Rogue Slave Trader Part 2. So let's have a go at Silence the Informant. We know how this goes because we did it a couple of episodes ago. Let's see how we get on with this fit. One thing I keep forgetting to mention in these videos, if we have a look at my augmentations tab in the character sheet, I have no implants. This is an empty clone, so there is no implant shenanigans or drugs going on here. This is purely skills based. Okay, deep breath, and on we go.
Warp drive.
We know the ship is stable, and we know what this entire mission's like, so everything is getting turned on right now. I may stagger the two armor repairers, so the second one comes on when the first one is like half done. That may be a good idea, just so there's like a constant amount of repair coming in. Whether or not that's going to be good, I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. Okay, we know there's going to be 3 elite battleships kind of up here in the first room.
Warp drive.
And another 2 battleships here, and a big load of towers and cruisers and nonsense over here. So we're going to have to go up and get these 3 battleships first. And this is against drones, so we're only 50 and 70% resistant because they mostly do EM and thermal. Right, where are the other 3 battleships? They're going to pop in over here somewhere. Let's just get moving. Where are they? Okay, the gun towers have spotted us. Come on. There they are. We need to get over here. We need to get right up in their business. Just approach. Shields going down from the gun towers behind us, shooting us in the buttocks, but I think we'll be fine. Okay, I'm just going to leave the 6 guns grouped. There's no point ungrouping weapons. That's the thing about this fit. You need to just get into range before you can do anything. Luckily these battleships haven't noticed we're here yet. Probably shouldn't have said that. They'll probably wake up. Yep, as soon as I said that, they woke up. Right, let's go. Medium drones out. Blasters out. Everyone just smash this guy to pieces, would you? We need to keep an eye on the damage ticker for what our ion cannons are doing. I saw a smash and a hit. And graze, that's not good. We don't want to see grazes or glances off. And that's not great either. Graze. 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 Right, I'm turning the micro warp drive off. I'm moving too fast. I'm knackering my own weapon tracking. Another graze. It's not great. Another graze. Another graze. What you want to see is hit, penetrate and smash. Grazes are actually doing under our listed DPS. I think it's like 0.9. Right, that was not great. That was not great. So let's keep the next one at range, which will keep us lined up with it and see if we get penetrates and hits and smashes. Another graze, because we're still not in range. Another graze. Another graze. That's not good. Come on. Glances off. What? No. Come on. Glances off. That's not great. A hit. A hit. Ugh. a hit. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's still not great. There's a penetrate. There we go. And glances off. Yeah, of course it glanced off straight after doing a penetrate. Well, it's not fantastic. We knew it wasn't going to be fantastic. This is a balls to the wall fit, but the tank at least seems to be holding up, which is nice. Let's keep this guy at range. Just get everyone on him. I'm just going to approach it and shoot it at absolute point blank range. There's a hit, and a hit, and a hit, and a hit. Come on, give me a penetrate. There we go, there's a penetrate. Give me a smash. There's another penetrate. Another penetrate. Come on, give me a smash. Give me a smash. The drones are getting smashes and wrecks because they're medium drones shooting at a battleship, so the drones are quite happy. Well, it's fine, I think. I want to say kinda maybe. Right, maybe I actually have to go all the way over here and kill these towers, which is not going to be easy. Because all this lot, that's 6 battlecruisers, they're all going to aggress when I get close. And that's not going to be happy fun times. This is the thing about short range fits. You spend way too much time just flying between your targets instead of actually applying damage. I'm pretty sure as soon as we open fire on this turret, all of these guys are going to wake up. And the 2 battleships. Are we ready? Not really, but we're doing it anyway. Orbit it at 5,000. That's it. Everything's woken up. This is not good. In fact, the drones can keep killing the tower. I'm going to have to go and kill these battlecruisers. This one first. Well, the drones have apparently decided to go off and do their own thing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, our tank is not good. The tank is not good. It's not very happy. I just need to get some DPS off the field and I can't get close enough to get it. Right, let's open fire on this guy. I'm going to be very risky and keep him at range. We need to get this DPS off the field. Yep, half armor, not surprised. Need to align out to a station. Drones need to come back. We need to leave as soon as the drones get here. And we're gone.
Warp drive active.
Wow, we killed 1 gun turret and 1 battlecruiser on that little sojourn. Not great. Alright, after a quick repair, we're back.
Warp drive active.
Let's see how we get on this time, shall we? Again, I'm going to go straight for the battlecruisers. Need to try and get rid of them because that's most of the DPS and they're relatively faster to kill. Now, where is everything? Oh, good, we're a million miles away. That's not great. Or do we go for the battleships because they're closer? Answers on a postcard. Well, this one's got shield damage. I think the drones had gone for this guy already, so we'll just try for the battleships. I don't really want to have to warp out and leave the battleship alone because that means it might repair itself by the time we come back, but decision has been made now. Let's just stick with it. I'll open fire when we get within about, well, 5 kilometers really. And here we go. Keep it range. I need to kill something before we need to warp out again. I am expecting to warp out several times during this mission, blaster fits are not very good for PvE, especially not missions. I'm not even looking at the damage ticker. I don't really care about the hit quality. I just need to hit it and kill it, and then move on to the next one. Well, strangely, it didn't seem to have been aggressed. This one has, but the other one hadn't. That's just weird. But you know what? If it works, it works. And that definitely worked. I'm just going to approach this guy. I'm just going to be right up his bum. Now, orbit at 5. As soon as he's dead, we're going to go for the sentry tower. Oh, mind you, the drones will do that on their own. Alright, 2 battleships gone. 5 battle cruisers remaining. Let's get up there. The annoying thing about these battle cruisers is that, of course, we're a medium-sized target and they fire medium-sized guns, so they're going to hit us quite well. Again, I want to go for that one. This Striker Alvatis. I didn't go for the tower because the drones can take care of the tower. See, the battle cruisers are trying to aggress my drones, which lets me sneak up on them. A bit like this. Surprise! I'm shooting you up the bottom. And the drones are under fire, so the drones need to come back. I've just about killed one, and that's the next target because he's closest. Approach. I don't care if I'm going to bounce off the scenery a little bit, that's just how we're going to have to do it. Right, they've all aggressed, the drones can go back out. They can go chew on this next one. That's more like it. Maybe coming over here and trying to get rid of the battle cruisers first was a bad idea. Who knew? I think we just got lucky with the aggression that attacking the battleships did not aggress all these battle cruisers this time. That's another good reason sometimes it's best to warp out. You can just reset all the aggro. If you wait long enough, then all the ships return to their starting positions as well, which is always a nice thing. Okay, we know in the next room that we're going to start pretty much right in the middle of a great big ball of ships. So we're going to just go for the cruisers first, I think, and then the battleship, and let the drones take care of everything else. I'm pretty sure all the frigates in the next room are going to web and or warp jam. So that can be a challenge. Right, let's go for it.
Warp drive active.
Go, silly fit. You've had to warp out once in the first room. Let's see how we do in room 2. I'm just going to approach you and shoot you in the face. And then you, and you, and you, and you, and all of you little dudes as well. The only good thing about this room is that it's against mercenaries, and that's kinetic and thermal. And that's both what we're shooting and what we're tanking with. Okay, now we're webbed, that's not great. Help the drones, get rid of the wingmen, because they're the things that are webifying us. There we go, that's one down. Not nice. I don't like being webbed. Even though I've got my micro warp drive on, we're doing like 40 kilometers a second. That's the second one down. Tank's not happy. Tank's not happy. Well, the more things we kill, the faster we'll go, and the less DPS will be applied. But getting rid of these webs is the main feature we need to do. Tank's kind of holding steady at 50% armor. Please excuse the flashing, the game's not very well optimised at times. Right, half armour warning. I'm going to start orbiting the battleship. And me and the drones are both going to work on the battleship. Just clear its DPS off the field. Now, you're going to hear the armour warning because it's kind of bouncing over the 50% threshold and then going under and then repairing and then going under. So it's going to keep going off until we get this guy down. Shut up. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. We good. Okay, let's approach this guy next. Come on, silly fit. Get into position. Use your micro warp drive. Get closer. Come on. There we go. The bad thing about mercenaries is that a lot of them use missiles, which means they always hit. As we see. That was a little bit nasty for a little moment there, but we managed to get rid of the battleship, who was the most of the DPS. Oh joy, this lot of the back have decided to aggress for reasons unknown. And they're coming in quick and they've webbed me. That's not great. We need to get the drones and the spider drones right now. And indeed, I need to keep the spider drones at range and just try and kill them. Oh, this is just all kinds of nasty. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being webbed. I hate it. Especially in this kind of fit where I need to be fast to get my guns into range. Problem is, all these mercenary wingmen are probably going to have webs as well, which is not great. Right, drones go and play with them. I'm going to try and get up on this mercenary commander. See if the wingmen do web me. If they web me, we're going to have to switch focus onto them to get them off the field. God damn it. They webbed me, because of course they did. Right, that's one down. That's the next victim. Let's go. Get the drones. Keep it range. Try and line it up. Get the guns on. Not cool, man. Not cool. Hey, something got a great big hit. Smash that guy. Right, let's get rid of the last web, and then we can get onto this mercenary commander. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Kind of missing all the time, but that's to be expected. Right, good. Let's go. Let's get up to speed and get this guy. And then his 5 other friends. Boom. Dead. This guy's next. He's closest. I would not normally use blasters in PvE. I would fit railguns, but here we are. We're doing it anyway. For fun, if not for profit. This guy's next. What am I doing with Hornets out? Just get Vespas out. Jesus. Get your medium drones out, boy. Use your brain. Here we go. It's an extra 50 or 60 DPS out in the field. Lovely. That's a bit more like it. I'm kind of burning through my ammo. Yeah. Oh joy. The other 2 battleships and 2 web drones have aggressed, so the drones need to come back in immediately. We need to get the little drones out, and they need to kill the spider drones. God damn. Oh, why are you going to be like this? Right, let's try and line ourselves up with that spider drone. And hit it with our blasters. Well, something killed it. I'm not sure if it was me or the drones, but something killed it. And that's all we really needed. Go away, stop webbing me. I need to be fast. Go away. Right, drones come back. Let's approach the commander. Reload our guns. Medium drones go out. They also attack the commander. Of course, these are not commanders in the sense that the commanders you find in combat anomalies are, because those are actually droppers of very expensive loot and tags. These are just called commander. It's only their name is commander, not actually commanders. Because that would be insane. 20 cruisers, all commander. Yeah, that'd be nuts. The prices of Dead Space modules would crash. Not a fan of the amount of webs that was in this mission. Right, let's go for this guy next. The Vespas go in. Have a look at his resistances. Yeah, he's fairly weak to kinetic and thermal. That's what we're fighting. And now we're in range, so we can just orbit him. Hope that the other group at the top of the site doesn't realise what we're doing to their friends and don't aggress until I'm ready for them to do so. Looks like we're getting away with it so far. And bam, dead. Next victim, please. Yeah, these guys up here are just sitting up there, having a beer, watching me kill their friends. They don't really care. Well, so far the second room's been okay. A little bit of panic whenever we got webbed. Because on a ship that needs to be within 5,000 meters of its target to actually do anything, being webbed is a serious problem. But we managed to deal with it. Just about. Right. Yeah, there's some Mind of Veldspar here. The developers missed that. Okay, let's just go for whoever's closest. Bring the drones back. I'm sure these guys are going to proximity aggress as soon as we get close. Yep. That's a good thing. That means I can put the drones out. Come on, we need to just smash these cruisers to pieces very quickly. Come on, there we go. One down. Tank's taking an absolute beasting, as we knew it would. Being Leroy Jenkins in the middle of a huge big ball of enemies is never a good idea, but here we are doing it. And that's the next victim. Just approach. Don't really care about orbiting. Just need to approach. Stay on it. Get right up his butt. Fire blasters at point blank range. Dead. That's the next victim. Let's go for him. Get up here. It is nice to have the old school armor hardeners back. In the Surgical Strike update 5 years ago, all armor hardeners lost 20% of their effectiveness because the developers decided that people were not dying in large enough numbers. So then it made sense to use a reactive armor hardener because that was not nerfed. So you do an energized adaptive multispectrum thing and a reactive armor hardener, and that basically gave you what the old armor hardeners did, well, quite close to it. But now the armor hardeners are back. As we see with their own fit, they do give 53 resistance each instead of 20% less than that. So now it actually makes sense to go back to having 2 dedicated hardeners. Unless, of course, you're in a mission which has all damage types, in which case reactive and energized membrane is still the best way of doing it. But it's nice to have them back. And in our case, they're serving us very well. Okay, panic over. Had to fly directly into the middle of the bad guys and just face tank it as we whittled them down, but we knew that's what we were going to have to do. That's how this fit works. And it's all worked out all right in the end. Boop, and gone. Right, let's get through the acceleration gate and finish this mission.
Warp drive active.
Right, no webs to deal with in this room, which makes me happy. A butt ton of sentry towers, which hit really hard, don't make me happy, and they're all very well spread out, which also doesn't make me happy. But let's do it anyway. Let's go. They're all Mark II and Mark III. They all hit like an absolute train, but we'll be okay. The drones can take out that Mark II. Off they go. Again, the officer's hideout has been marked correctly as an overseer's structure, which is what all mission critical buildings in missions should be marked as. Although strangely, it's not even mission critical. You do not need to destroy the roadhouse to complete this mission. All you need to do is to kill the cruiser. I suppose it's marked like that as an indicator that it drops some loot, and it does, but it doesn't actually drop anything good. At level 2 and level 3, it does. At level 3, that roadhouse will drop skill books, and at level 2, it will drop a random 3% hardwire implant, which can be worth anything up to 16 million ISK, which is nice. So I'm not sure why at level 4 it's marked out as a Dead Space Overseer structure when it doesn't drop anything, but you know, here we are. In most missions, buildings you need to destroy for the mission are not marked correctly as Overseer structures. And some of the things that do drop loot are not marked. Like the silo in Angel Extravaganza level 4. But this thing, which isn't needed for the mission and doesn't drop any loot, is correctly marked. Welcome to EVE Online, everyone. The developers' choices continue to amaze and confuse and astound me 17 years into my career playing this game. All you can do is complain for 17 years and then eventually they'll fix it. Something is shooting my drones. It's the cruiser, the little shit. Well, as soon as that tower's dead, I'll bring the drones back. There's something else is shooting. Or no, all the other towers are shooting at me. Oh no, one of them's yellow box. I wonder why 2 or 3 of the drones were taking damage. The cruiser's shooting at one of the towers is shooting at a different one. We'll just bring them all back. Here they are. Wait for everything to red box me. There we go. Send them back out. They can kill the cruiser now just because he's annoying me. Right next to the roadhouse, so we might as well blow it up while we're here. Good, that's another turret gone. Let's smash the roadhouse. Bloop. This is what the roadhouse drops. Absolute garbage. It's just like destroying a battleship or something. I mean, it's nothing special. Nothing special at all. The drones are taking far too long to kill this guy. I'm going to get over there and lend him a hand. His bounty's only 100 thou. He's not got elite resistances, I don't think. No. Mind you, his kinetic's pretty high, but we'll help out. And apparently he's got a web. Interesting. Right, I'm just going to hang out here, let the drones kill all the towers, and then I'll go and hand this mission in. And this guy drops just basic stuff. Wait a minute. How is a A compact missile guidance computer, 6 million ISK. When the hell did that happen? Apparently that's true in Saint-Claison. And these things are selling for 6 million ISK. Who knew? And not me. There we go, the final tower is now dead. This mission's complete. Let's go and hand it in.
Warp drive active.
Right, here we are. Bruised and battered, but otherwise unharmed. Let's complete the mission. Well, that was a thing. We did complete the mission. We only had to warp out once. I was actually amazed at that. This fit is not great for PvE. Having to spend most of your time flying from target to target or from group to group and having to dive straight into the middle of a big ball of enemies and face tank it until you can kill some of them. It's not the best, it's not the most efficient, but it does work. And remember, this is a Tech 1 fitted Tech 1 battlecruiser. Yes, we're using faction drones and faction ammo, but every little helps, and I do have maximum skills, I know, but usually by the time you're on level 4 missions, you'll either have a battleship, or you'll at least have Tech 2 medium modules, and have pretty much the same kind of performance as I get, with all my skills and 17 years of gameplay knowledge behind me. So come back next time, and we'll do another Tech 1 battlecruiser in level 4 missions. Until then, do look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon.